Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Harland. Most people view options trading as something exciting, quick profits, fancy Greek letters, and massive gains. But the reality is far more complex than that. In this video, I'm going to take a deep dive into the actual reality of options trading at every stage. If you are currently trading options, make sure to watch this video in its entirety. Let's get started. The number on your screen doesn't feel real. It never does at first. You refresh the options chain anyway. Level 1, the $1,000 account. You fund it on a Tuesday night with money you were saving for rent. You don't tell anyone. The platform loads and you see your balance sitting there, $1,000, and for a moment it feels like you've cracked the code. Everyone else is missing. You buy your first call. You don't exactly know why that strike or that expiration. Someone said it was about to pop on earnings. It moves up, not a lot, $87. But you close the trade anyway because you're terrified. It'll evaporate, and when you see that number go from $1,000 to $1,087, you feel something that isn't just profit. It is validation. It is proof you're different that you see the Greeks other people miss. You open another contract immediately. This one goes the other way. You hold it. You tell yourself it'll come back. Theta always gives it one more day, right? You've read that somewhere. You watch the premium bleed for 2 days. It doesn't come back. You close it at a $112 loss. You're back to $975. You don't sleep well that night, but not because you're upset, because you're already thinking about the next setup. That is the thing about this level nobody warns you about. The loss doesn't stop you. It accelerates you. You fund another $400 the next morning. You tell yourself it is tuition. At this level, the market is personal. Every tick feels like it is about you. When it goes your way, you feel chosen. When it doesn't, you feel targeted. You haven't learned yet that the Greeks don't know you exist. Your account ends the month at $820. You consider this education. Level 2, the $10,000 account. You've been doing this for 8 months. You've watched hundreds of hours, joined 3 Discords, paid for a $197 course on the wheel strategy. You have a notebook now full of Delta Theta, Vega notes you barely understand. You deposit $10,000 with money you pulled from a credit card. You swore you'd never touch. You don't examine that decision too closely. This is different. Now, a 3% move isn't $30 anymore. It is real pain. You feel it in your stomach differently. You sit in front of the screen and your hands shake less. That is progress. You think you're not wrong. You start to see patterns, not the ones the YouTube gurus showed you, real ones. The way implied volatility collapses after earnings. The way Theta eats your long calls on Friday afternoons. You can't explain it precisely, but you feel it building. And one afternoon you catch a 0 DTA credit spread. That nets you $620 in 23 minutes. And you sit back and feel like you finally cracked something. Your roommate asks what you're doing. You say just working on something. He doesn't push it. The account grows to $13,400, then pulls back to $9,800 on an IV crush. Then you sell a naked, put on a meme stock you misread, and you're at $6,200 in 40 minutes. You don't close it. You sit with it. You roll it out trying to hedge, and you make it worse. By end of day, you're at $5,900. You don't tell anyone. You fund another $2,000 to bring it back. That is the hidden accounting that starts at this level. 2 sets of books, the one you track and the one you don't. You started editing your own history, not lying exactly, just curating, emphasizing the $620 afternoon, minimizing the $2,000 refund. You are beginning to protect the story more than the money. Level 3, the $50,000 account. You clear the pattern day trader rule and suddenly you can breathe. You've been waiting for this the way other people wait for a promotion. It feels like a gate you finally walked through. The account took 2 years to build from side gigs. You have a real setup now with 2 monitors and Thinkorswim. You think of yourself as an options trader now. At this level, you start to encounter a new kind of pressure. Consistency. Now you're tracking your metrics, win rate, average P&L per contract, theta capture. You have 3 losing weeks in a row. You are doing something wrong at a repeatable level. And that specific uncertainty is the most dangerous place. You pay for a $1,500 mentorship. The account closes the quarter at $58,000. You are profitable. You are not yet good. Level 4, the $250,000 account. It happens faster than you expected and slower than you hoped. You have $250,000 in an options account, and it no longer feels remarkable. That is the first sign something has changed in you. You trade size now, real size. You're moving contracts most retail traders will never touch. Your relationship ended. She said you were somewhere else even when you were in the room. At this level, you start to understand what edge actually means. It is a statistical reality that requires enough capital to survive variance. You also start to understand what options actually are. Their insurance policies with time decay and volatility as the real market. This is not cynicism. This is clarity. You start to find the other people who understand this. They talk quieter, with no screenshots or flexes. You notice most other conversations feel slightly annoying. Level 5, the $1 million account. You don't feel like celebrating $1 million, and the primary emotion is low stable pressure. You feel it when you wake up and on weekends. Your entries are surgical now. You've learned to wait in a way the old you wouldn't recognize. You have rules you violated exactly twice. At this level, you start to feel the Greeks in real time. You've become part of the machine you use to just watch. You don't talk about your account size. Your social life has contracted to almost nobody. You've been saying you'll reconnect since the $50,000 account. Level 6, the $5 million account. Somewhere around here, the nature of the game changes. You're allocating and managing gamma exposure. You spend more time in volatility models than on charts. $5 million generates problems you didn't anticipate. You have a lawyer and an accountant. Now, you are no longer just a person with a skill. You are a structure. You meet other people at this level occasionally. Everyone is measuring, and no one shows their full hand. You are very good at what you do. You've been tested by every volatility regime. What the account doesn't show is what it cost. You, the person who funded that first $1,000 account. Excited, naive, half terrified. You don't have access to them anymore. Level 7, the 8-figure account. The call comes at 6:15 a.m. Not with urgency. That is not how things work at this level. You take the call in the kitchen and make coffee. You have crossed into a tier where money generates problems. Money solves. At this level, there is no community. There is a very small number of people operating at this scale. You live well, but it doesn't produce very much. Material comfort is not a destination. It is a temperature. You think about the $620 afternoon sometimes. The surprise, the almost physical shock of the win. You are never surprised anymore. That is the real cost. The absence of surprise, the flattening of outcome into expectation. The market opens. You watch the first few minutes without touching anything. Old habit. Somewhere on a brokerage platform right now, a balance reads $1,000. Someone just bought their first call. They don't know what they don't know. That ignorance feels like confidence. The proof will be shattered eventually. What is built in its place will cost more than they're ready to calculate. You know this because you were them. The screen flickers. You place the order. Somewhere, someone just stepped in. They think it is simple. They're wrong. But they'll learn.